to prepare a good mate, you're gonna need certain elements that you need to buy before having the chance of drinking mate and sharing it with others, okay? The first thing that you need to have is you need to have yerba mate. You can have different kinds of yerba mate. There are more quality, the high quality, lower quality. You can have those that are coming with the leaves and part of the wooden pieces that are just sustaining the leaves, okay, the branches. And it's cut in different ways, and they have powder too. This one, La Merced, is a good brand that you can buy. I personally do not like it because I like the yerba mate that comes only with the leaf. This is the one that I normally buy here in the United States through Amazon. It's fantastic because I buy it from Eco Teas, and it's a special product that's being produced in Argentina, and it's being sent only for customers that are outside Argentina. And what I normally do is I put it in a recipient like this one, okay, where you have the yerba mate, and you have a little tiny spoon, wooden spoon in this particular case, that you use to put the yerba mate inside the mate container, okay? There are other different kinds of containers where you can put the yerba, where like this one's, okay, where you just put the yerba inside, and then you have like this thing that you utilize to put the yerba in the mate. Many different kinds of, this one is another one, this one is another one, many different kinds of containers, but that's the part that is related with the yerba mate. Then we have the second part that is important. There is the containers, and the containers are called the mates, and there are multiple types of mates. The mate ceremony started many years ago in South America. Like I said, it comes from Paraguay. The Indians in Paraguay were drinking this, but then it became very popular all over South America, and mainly in the areas where it's colder. It's drink it with hot water, and it's called mate. Or in the northern countries, in the areas of, like for example in Brazil or Paraguay, they drink it with cold water, and they call it tereré. There's a huge difference between the two types of infusions, but the way that they're prepared is quite similar, okay? The original mates were pure silver mates that were utilized by los gauchos and the owners of farms to drink it. So you put the leaves here, then you put la bombilla, which is, there are so many different types of bombilla. You have with round part, you have with this ones that are completely different and wooden. You have others that are just thicker, like this ones, that have like holes, little type of holes inside, so the water is going to be only able to pass to drink, and not the rest. You have others like this ones that are flat, and they have the filter at the bottom here on the back, and the idea is that when you have it in this way, you can take the yerba out when you finish. You have all different kinds of, you know what, this ones that they have a little piece here so you can clean it easily. I personally like the ones that are thicker, like this one, okay? This bombilla that is thickened on this part, and it's not that long, it's shorter, and it has at the bottom, it has this little hose to let the water pass. So that's how it goes inside the mate. Mates, no one else is using silver mates anymore. Now there are multiple types of mates that you can use, and the people use different kinds of, okay? It can be normally something like this, that is like, this is a pumpkin, that is a dried pumpkin that is normally utilized, like for example this one's, okay? They are decorated. These ones are having my initials, Diego Escurra. This one is even more decorated with all different kind of drawings here. There was a gift that they gave me from my rugby team. Then you have others like this one that is fantastic because it's having all different kind of a different texture done with leather covering the inside, and with a flat surface so you can stand it. You have mates that could be related with any kind of thing. Like this one is glass mate inside, covered with leather on the outside. And you have others covered with leather with flowers or different kind of drawings. You have small mates, you have big mates, you have all different kinds, okay? Everyone decided what do they like to drink. They even have plastic mates that are having a bombilla, and at the bottom of the bombilla they have this circular thing which is going at the bottom. So you put la yerba mate on top, so when you want to empty the yerba mate that was used, you just do like this and you take it all out. You have plastic ones, you have these ones that are silicone mates that you can utilize and travel with this, and they're quite good, okay? So the concept is that to drink mate, you only need a container, a bombilla, a thermos, and you can have different size of thermos. Like this is the one that I normally use. It has enough amount to put enough amount of water. This is a small one, very nice. And if you're a fan of a particular team like myself, River Plate, okay, I also have this one, so you remember normally what is the lab that you have for your team. Like I said before, the preparation of the mate is a ceremony, okay? It's a ceremony that normally happens like when you're working and you are just with friends and you want to have a break. What do you call it? Coffee break, right? Well, we call it mate break. The big difference is that you utilize the mate ceremony in many different ways. Like for example, if you fight with your wife or a friend or whatever, best way to just get back is just say, okay, you know what, let's go and drink some mate. So you sit, one prepares the mate, and then you start talking and you get back, you know what, to normality without having any problems. But normally it's a break where you sit after working and you say, okay, let's go and have mate. So one is the one that's going to be preparing the mate, and it's going to pass it to each and every one in the circle. And then by doing so, you just all utilize the same recipient and the same bombilla. So probably this is not going to work if you're afraid of drinking from the same bombilla than the others. But nothing happened. I've been drinking mate my entire life, and that's not a real problem. In any case, to prepare the mate, you need to have certain things, like I said. First, we need a container with water, hot water. The water cannot be too hot. It cannot be boiled water. And the reason why is because if you put boiled water in the container with all the mate leaves, you're going to extract all the material from those leaves, and it's going to be too strong, okay? Very strong, and it's not good, okay? So you need to put water here that's going to be around 70 and 80 centigrades max, okay? So let me show you how I do it. I have a machine that actually is measuring the temperature of the water, and it's having boiled water. But for me, the good thing about this machine is that I just put the water to 3/4 of the size of the container, and I've been doing this forever, so I know exactly what I need for my mate. And then the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little cold water directly from there, and then I just cover it. 1, 2, done. That's perfect, the right temperature of the mate. The next thing that needs to happen, and I'm going to show you with my own mate, is you need to take the container and you need to put the yerba mate to fill 3/4 of the cavity of the mate, okay? Do not need to be too much. It's not need to be at to the top, okay? I put normally 1, 2, 3.5, okay? So if you check, well, I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see it here, okay? But if you check, it's not full, okay? It's only 3/4 of the cavity. And what I do normally is I put it like this, and I put all the yerba mate on one side, and then some people just cover it and shake it to take out the powder. This yerba mate do not have powder, or very little powder, so I'm normally not doing it, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm putting la bombilla like this in an angle, and as you can see, probably, you have la bombilla that is going to the bottom and a little upwards of the yerba mate, okay? So now I have the bombilla and the yerba mate, and what I'm gonna be doing is start pouring. Some people also put a little cold water first time to avoid burning the leaves. I don't do it because my water is perfect, at temperature. So what I'm doing is, like, I have the empty cavity here. I pour a little water, not much, okay? Just a little, and then a little more on the side of the bombilla. So what you're gonna see is that you have a cavity with water and dry leaves on the other side, and I drink it. Perfect, okay? Then when you finish, you give another pot of water without covering everything with water, just a little piece. Let me see if you can see it here, okay? I'm not sure you're gonna be able to see it. You see, there is one section that is dry and the other section that is with water. So you're not trying to take the extract of the leaves, all the leaves that you put there, because if not, it's gonna be too strong. This is what I call mate amargo. It's like bitter, okay? It's not truly bitter. If you put water too warm, okay, boiled water, is gonna be super bitter because you take all the extract from the leaves. So that's not good. Some people put sugar on it. I personally don't like it. I like it like this, mate amargo, without any kind of sugar. Some people put it inside the water, sugar, so they have it a little sweet. Some other people, when they're drinking tereré and they put cold water, they put orange, different flavors. I don't like it. I like the yerba mate the way it is. And then the only thing that you need to do is you just fill a little more. And if you are in a round, you drink one and you give to the other. When the other one finished, give it back to you. You fill, you give to the other. And then you bring it back, fill, go to the other, and then bring it back, fill it, and you drink it. When someone that is in the round don't want to drink mate anymore, they do a simple thing and they said, thank you. When you say thank you, actually, what you're saying is that I don't want any more, okay? If you do not say thank you, you continue receiving mates all the time. Now, to make it easier to understand how do I normally prepare the mate, I'm gonna draw it, okay? So I'm not very good on drawing, but let's say that's a mate, okay? So then we're gonna have the yerba mate that we're gonna fill to 2/3 of the cavity, and then we're gonna put the bombilla. The bombilla is gonna go here, okay? With the little holes here, they're gonna be the filter for the yerba. So what you're gonna do, instead of filling the whole thing with water, what you're gonna do is you're gonna pour the water on the side of the bombilla. The water is gonna go through here, and it's gonna go to the bottom. And the water, H2O, is gonna go here, and what it's gonna do is gonna raise the yerba mate and form a cavity at the bottom with water, okay? Well, the cavity is gonna be probably here, okay? And this is gonna be filled of water. And what happened is, like, this cavity of water makes the yerba mate goes up. This dry yerba mate will go up and raise right there, okay? So the only leaves that are going to be getting the water and the extract of the yerba mate are the ones from the first piece, okay? The first part of the leaves are going to be releasing the content of the leaves to the water. Then you drink it, this goes down, put back water, this goes up, and then you're going to get the second part of the leaves, okay? Then again, up, down, water, and that's the way you do it until you get to the final part and you get all the leaves are going to be wet, okay? All the leaves wet, and that's when the mate is called es lavado, okay? So, okay, to finalize and while drinking some good mates, okay? I will give you 7 tips that are really important. Number 1, you need to buy a very good mate. A mate that is not only, if the mouth is open, it's easier to put in and take out the yerba. So it needs to be not only a good mate with an open mouth, like we call it when the mouth is very big, call it porongo, okay? It's like a good one. And then it needs to be something that you're really nice to have in your hand and watching, you know what, watching it gives you the pleasure of having it. It's like having a perfect cup of coffee or whatever, okay? Something that you really like. Buy a bombilla that is like, the best ones are the ones that are not too long, not too short, but the part where you just, you know what, use to drink the mate needs to be, the thicker it is, the better, because the feeling is like completely different than when you have a bombilla that is too thin, okay? You can drink, no problem, I've been using it a lot, but the feeling is completely different. Second, buy the best yerba mate that you can. If you need to pay a little more, it doesn't matter, okay? And I personally recommend you buy yerba mate that only contains the leaves, that's it. And if you buy a good yerba mate, you're gonna be secure. Third, have a container for the water and never put the water hotter than 70 or 80 degrees is ideal, okay? If you go too high, you're gonna extract too much of the content of the leaves, and that's not gonna be good at all. Fourth, do not fill the entire mate with yerba. Just put 3/4 and put it like I showed you before, that if the container is like this, it's not gonna be flat, it's gonna be like this, okay? The yerba mate is gonna be like this, and then you're gonna put the bombilla on this side, and then you're gonna pour little amount of water through the side of the bombilla, so the yerba mate is gonna go up, the dry leaves, they're gonna form a cavity at the bottom, and you're gonna get wet the first row of leaves on the bottom. Then when you just drink it, it goes back down, put more water, goes up and down, okay? Remember, the water, little amounts of water, never, ever fill the entire cup with water, hot water, because you're gonna take all the content, like in a tea bag, all the content in the water. And that's not good, because first of all, it's gonna be too bitter first, too strong, too much matein, and then the mate is going to be called lavado, it's washed. The leaves are washed, and when you pass it to the others, it's going to be like hot water, not really any taste, okay? Never fill the mate with entire amount of water. And finally, you know what? Just drink it slowly. I normally start the morning with one of this, and when I finish this one, I fill it with water again, and then continue the entire morning drinking my mate, which is perfect because I drink a lot of water, and the water is like good for my body. And I got the mate that is also good. It's antioxidant, it's keeping you awake. It's like I said, central nervous system neurostimulants, okay? And if you have any doubts, you can call me. And if not, you can get there are little books or guides in preparation of mate. We're going to understand the whole story about the yerba mate, Iles paraguayensis, and how this became so popular in Uruguay, in Argentina, and everywhere around the world. I personally prefer it better than coffee because it's softer and you can drink the whole day, and it's a good, very good infusion, very popular, and a good ceremony to do with friends, or you know what, when you fight with someone and you want to get back with them. Okay, so thank you so much. Enjoy the mate and let me know. Bye.